Y'all, what's up? I'm eating a crumble cookie. My toxic trait has been going to the gym and then eating sweets later. What have y'all been up to? I'm trying this live streaming on my phone because I heard that vertical streams are how people are doing it these days, but I'm still finna look at comments on my computer because it's hard to see them when they come on the phone. One thing I liked about the computer, though, is it's easier to promote the live stream that way. Y'all, I'm so disappointed. I was supposed to go see Usher on Saturday, and he canceled all his concerts this week. So I got to figure out a way to relax, but also celebrate this weekend. I'll be honest, COVID cases have been up, so I'm not necessarily disappointed that I can't go to a crowded concert where people probably gonna be spreading germs and potentially causing me to get sick. But I was looking forward to the concert. So we will see.
Hi, guys. My pet. Who that? He looks cool.
It's an old picture of Drake.
For real?
Yes.
He definitely looks younger.
Yeah, when he was young. That's exactly.
What was that?
Oh, that thumbnail is so close up. I'm like, my bad, y'all. All right.
She's gonna play a video. Wow. That's so cool.
Come and talk to me. Post.
Mom, how do you type so fast?
I don't know. I've been typing for a long time now. So I feel like I don't feel like it's fast, but you know what? My mom used to say the same thing when I was in high school. When she was still living, she would be like, because I'd be on the computer doing stuff for social media then. And she'd be like, you type so fast. You're going to be doing something with computers when you grow up.
And look at you now. You went.
She was right. What'd you have for lunch at school today?
I had chicken and rice.
Oh, that's one of your favorites. Was it still good this year?
Yeah. It tastes the same, but a different type of chicken. It's like it's kind of like a teriyaki chicken.
Oh.
Shout out to New Manchester. I love it. She's cool. Alright, I'm joking. Why?
Because you just told the world where you were at.
No.
Now you can't be on live no more.
Yes, I can.
No, that's not safe. That's not funny.
I'm joking. I got it.
Just say it. Just stop. Let's change the subject.
Okay. I have all A's and B's. Actually, I lied. Okay. Today for dinner, I had steak and a comment.
Hey, Florence. Hey, Summer.
Hi, Summer.
She ain't no little baby. You don't have to talk to her like that.
I was saying hi, Summer.
How are you, Florence? Good to see you. I know I've been MIA. But I'm back. I'm over here eating a cookie from Crumble. And they call it Crumble because it's definitely making crumbs.
Hi,
And drinking some almond milk. I'm slowly trying to back away from dairy. I still do eat eggs, though, like boiled eggs. And there's certain stuff I cook with milk that I haven't tried with like a not dairy substitute. But what have you been up to? Shameless plug. I posted a life update video this week. So for those of y'all who haven't seen it, I would recommend y'all go watch it. Probably not going to dive into any of that stuff on live just because I feel like I did a good job of diving into it in that video. Shout out to y'all who've watched though. Like for me to be gone for a couple months and come back and post a video and see like a lot of y'all tune in within the first day of me posting and the likes and the comments, I really appreciate that because sometimes when you take a break like that, YouTube doesn't push you out. So it felt good to see a lot of my returning subscribers support me and support my family under that video. Thank you. Summer, Josiah said to you, Josiah, Summer said, what are you doing? And then I've been MIA too. Life have been life, and I've seen the video. Yep, life had been life, and that was the theme of 2024. Life has been life. Ain't that right, Des? I said the theme of 2024 is life has been life, and ain't that right, Des?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, that's true.
Your notifications are, you are a loyal supporter. I love you.
What does it mean when your notifications are on?
It means like if you have your phone, you'll get a message telling you that I posted something.
Oh.
You watch enough YouTube shorts to know that what that means. Cause
I don't know what notifications are. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Them people be like, turn your post notifications on, like the video, subscribe. Don't they? In them short videos. Yes, they do.
Kinda.
They be just like that.
Sometimes. But
if you think this is really cool, give the video a thumbs up. Like the video and subscribe. Those are the type of videos that you watch. That's how they be talking.
No, they be like, at the end of the video, they be like, some videos, they be like, it's like something's wrong, and like they be trying to get funny. Like they be like I saw this one, it was like they had to get their katana and they didn't have their keys and the door was unlocked to his car.
A katana?
Yes, it was like in a box. So he had to go get to his car and he had to get his katana and that was inside of it. So he tried to go inside of his car and his keys were inside.
No.
What happened?
She said, be careful with almond milk. Some of it is on recall. Some Ren are plant-based and drink it a lot. Oh my gosh, thank you for telling me that. In the last couple of months, I've had the Silk brand, and then this brand is from Aldi. Friendly Farm. So I'll definitely check it out. Hey, Lissa, what's up, what's up, what's up?
Hi, Lissa.
Lissa said, hey, Josiah, how's school so far? What are y'all eating? I'm eating a cookie from Crumble after my gym workout. And that's my toxic trait.
And I am doing...
It's okay, Florence. You can type as slow as you want to. I'm just happy y'all are here. I thought I was going to be talking to myself. I told Des to come and talk to y'all too, but he's eating his dinner, so he'll probably come later. And Josiah is going to bed in 17 minutes. So go ahead and tell her how school is going and close your mouth.
Okay, so school is going pretty good, and yeah, so oh yeah.
You don't got to speed talk, but you're not going to be here all night. You got to go to bed. I'm sorry if y'all hear my chewing sounds.
Hello, world.
All right, I'm going to move it back over to me now. Almond milk is good. I like it. This is not my first time trying it. It's just that I'm trying to stop eating so much dairy. My husband doesn't really eat dairy at all no more. He'll occasionally have some cheese, but he doesn't really eat dairy. Josiah's back here whispering egg whites, but eggs come from chicken, so it's not the same thing. I'm talking about the type of dairy that come from cows. Milk, cheese, butter, sour cream, the stuff we eat. Dads don't eat none of that.
Sour cream tastes good.
Yeah.
We have to park.
It does.
We at the playground. We at the park.
The unsweetened almond milk, it tastes good in smoothies. But I like the sweetened one to eat. Like, I'm drinking it with this cookie. I don't want the plain one with that. But the almonds kind of have a sweet taste, in my opinion. Exactly, Lissa. I don't mind cooking certain stuff in olive oil, though. Like, sorry, I hate, like, chewing in front of people and, like, trying to talk. The cookie's so soft and, like, crumbly.
No wonder it's called cookie crumble.
Right. Cheese and butter are probably my top two. But I stopped eating margarine a few years ago. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Meanwhile, I'm talking about wanting to take them down because it looks frizzy at the top. Let me know what you think I should do. The braider who does my hair, she says she could redo my top braids and only charge like $40. So I was thinking about having the top taken down and just redo those in the front. Because the back still looks good. But because I work out, it just sweats the most. I've had it in for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. These are large knotless braids with curly ends. So my hair, it frizzes because I'm natural. But
you could like keep the braids in the back and get 2 buns at the top.
You think I should do 2 space buns in the top?
Yeah, like this. And, like I'm gonna do it for you. Okay. So wrap it. Keep wrapping. Keep wrapping. And keep wrapping.
Thank you, Florence. Because the back looks fine.
Keep wrapping.
Thank you, Josiah, for the inspiration.
It's not.
Leave me alone.
It's not gonna look guys, it's not gonna look like that. No, I'm not a professional though. I'm not a professional. So you can't be telling me I'm not a professional.
You're silly, Josiah. Thank you. I don't want no more styling tonight. I appreciate you for
You want
trying.
another cookie?
Now that's really big back of me to eat 2 cookies.
Not you calling yourself big back.
Yep.
I can't
That's big back behavior. I can't do that.
Y'all, guys, I can't believe adults are saying big back after kids.
Big back, big back. Y'all heard that song? Big back, big back. That song is so funny.
It's
It's childish.
it's annoying.
Just make sure you don't go to school calling nobody big back because they'll say you being a bully.
Yeah, guys, sometimes I need to be a bully.
No, you don't.
So kids can just be quiet. No offense, Summer.
What? Summer didn't do anything. Hey, Rachel.
I know, but I'm just
She
saying.
didn't think you were talking about her until you brought her up.
Yeah, I said no offense,
she ain't
Summer.
gonna want to listen to you no
She's a
more.
kid now. She's a kid.
I know she's a kid, but you didn't have to bring her up. Exactly. They said not Josiah being a bully. She said, hey, y'all are friends. You remember
Yeah,
you drew her a
Summer.
picture
Oh yeah.
of Bluey.
How do you like your Bluey picture?
You and this thing gotta go. Check this with you. If y'all keep hearing that, it's this thing that somebody got him and like it, I can't do it, but it like smacks on the wrist and it keeps making that sound. Hey, Brittany, how are you?
Britney Spears.
Bye. No, you finna go.
That's a cute.
Your
one.
bedtime not coming fast enough. You need to go to sleep.
Yes, it's their time.
I'm gonna make you go to bed 5 minutes early today. Comment down below if Josiah should go to bed 5 minutes early.
And comment down below if I can stay up until my normal bedtime. My normal bedtime is 9:30.
Fleur said no. Hey, and Summer said yes, she likes the picture.
Yeah.
They so nice. They said no, you shouldn't have to go to bed. That's
Yeah.
nice. Because I would have said yes. I just want to talk to Yosha. It's been a minute. No, but like when I told Josiah I was going to go live, he was like, ooh, I want to go too. And then Brittany said, I'm doing well. Not Britney Spears, Josiah.
But Britney Spears is good at singing.
No, she's not.
Yes, she good. Yes, she is.
What song you know by Britney Spears?
Don't know. I don't know the name, but I know a song.
Summer on her way out too. Yeah, Josiah got school in the morning. He finna go to bed soon. So y'all enjoy the Josiah show for about 10 more
Summer,
minutes.
how old are you?
No, you don't ask women how old they are.
Summer? I'm not.
Oh, Summer, how old she is. I thought you asked Florence how old she is. I was gonna say. I guess you could ask other kids how old they are.
I can't ask my own type how old they are. Why?
Florence says she's 4 years old.
Oh, so cute.
How's everybody doing? I know I haven't talked to y'all on live in a minute.
Yeah.
So, and
Everybody.
most of y'all who are commenting have watched my video. So that's great. Now I don't got to answer no questions about where I've been because y'all already know. That's great because, you know, sometimes YouTube doesn't recommend the videos out and you get in trouble when you stop posting. Not to say I was in trouble, but, you know, the algorithm, you stop getting as many views. So I was kind of thinking no one would see the video when I put it out there. So when I put the video out and I saw that a lot of my... Please stop doing this while I'm talking.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. That's it. That's it. Okay.
I'm not asking. Move.
Please.
Dad said bye. Say goodbye, Josiah.
Sit on the floor since you can be still and quiet.
Tomato.
Josiah, you should have been doing it. I already said stop doing it when I took it and said if y'all hear that noise, Josiah is doing that. You're about to cite your master's? Oh my gosh. I am so proud of you, Rachel. Yes, I'll definitely keep you in my prayers. Florence wanted me to let you know that Summer said bye, Josiah. I forgot my train of thought. I saw more people making new channels. I don't want to be inconsistent on a new channel. Like, if I make a new channel, I need to be able to post every week on it. And I think that I have done so much to grow this channel. And y'all kind of know I'm a catch-all type of... Why did you throw your headphones down?
I didn't.
You shouldn't do that. You're going to need them when you want to watch something. Why are you leaving?
Cause Dad.
Josiah, let's not play victim. You were doing what? Let's talk about why we got in trouble.
In front of them?
Yes, in front. You was acting hard-headed in front of them.
No.
Come on back so we can problem solve together. You don't want to problem solve?
No, I want to go.
Okay, then you don't need to come back then because you're going to be over here doing the same thing. When somebody says stop, that means stop. And if we don't want to stop, then you can go downstairs and go to bed.
Okay.
You only got 8 minutes left. All right. So what I was saying was I didn't know if y'all were going to see the video because I took a break, like a month from uploading long videos. I still had a few short videos come on my channel because I'm random like that. If I want to record food or... I think I was in Ross and I was looking at this travel bag with wheels on it and I posted a short about that. But like I hadn't really done any vlogs or sit down videos since my Puerto Rico trip. Not you in the background, deep sighing and acting crazy. I want you to see how you look. They can see you back there. And so I was really appreciative of the love and the support on that video that I just posted. So thank you. My notification came through. I'm waiting until I have downtime to watch it. Okay, Brandy, there will not be any spoilers on this live. That's what I was saying earlier. Because I like shared a lot, you really just got to watch the video. And I can tell that y'all did because I read my comments and I was like, okay, watch time. Y'all was watching to the end. I tried to put the real stuff in the middle and towards the end because I was like, I don't want people just kind of skimming through the video. So, you know, we started with the car and we ended with the real life stuff. The Nashville vlog is up. It'll be up next week. I actually have some sponsored videos that may be dropping before that. So it will be posted this month. I had to re-upload it because when I uploaded it the first time, one of the videos within the vlog had some copyrighted music on it. So I had to take it down and re-edit it and put it back up. So that vlog is ready. It's going to be a few uploads for the next few weeks for sure. But with my new schedule, I think I'm going to start trying to do like 1 or 2 Sundays a month where I film and batch record some videos on a weekend, and then I'll try to schedule them out for 2 to 4 weeks at a time. And I'm hoping that I can continue to have more sponsored videos as well, so that I have some like fun, like try on videos and that kind of thing to do for y'all too. I cleaned out my closet. I didn't talk about this in a life update video, but I cleaned out my closet when I was in process of just trying to get ready for a new position, and make room for new clothes that I had got. And our closet ended up collapsing and causing me to have to really go through my stuff and see what stuff I needed to donate or get rid of. And my husband's side of the closet, his closet railing had fallen like years ago. So we ended up having to pay this guy to come and fix it for us. And so now like I have a really organized closet that has like all the stuff that I need, like work stuff in a section and personal stuff in a section. And I just feel like it was a way of getting organized, and that felt really good. So one thing also I might want to start doing is sharing my little home projects and little renovation things that I do around the house. At one point I was talking about wanting to move, but the market is so bad that I think it may be worth dealing with the commute and just instead just doing things to enhance our current home. Like in the future, I would love to redo our kitchen because things are falling apart in there. And I think that it would be nice if we could add some more cabinets in there so we have more storage. And then eventually I would love to redo all the floors and get rid of the carpet in our house and put in some luxury vinyl plank flooring, or even some more hardwood floors, because we just have really old carpet, and it, you know, carpet is light, and when we spill things it stains, and it's carpet. So that I would love to redo our deck, redo the stairs in front of the house. It's just like so many little things I could do here and keep costs low, and make our home more enhanced over the years, just doing different things rather than moving and starting all over. But I will say this, if we do decide to move, I would want something that was brand new and at least like a 5-bedroom house with over 2,500 square feet, because I don't want to have to move again. But I think, like I was saying, with the economy being the way it is, with our costs being low currently, I think it'd be better to just do enhancements around the house. All right, comments. Can't wait for the Nashville vlog. Thank y'all. Do you have any tips for interviewing when looking for jobs? Yes. It depends on if you want to go internal or external. A lot of my experience was internal interviewing. And with internal interviewing, it's kind of different because sometimes you're interviewing with people who know you already, and sometimes you're interviewing with people who know of you already. Whereas with external interviewing, you're interviewing with someone who only really knows what you have on your resume. I will say, if you have LinkedIn, a good way to get into companies is to try to find someone who has the title that you're going for at that company, and reach out to them to connect on LinkedIn to see if they'd be willing to like connect with you. And then you can chat with them and tell them that you are very interested in the position and that you would like to know more about it from their point of view. But also, like, if they know anybody internally that's hiring, and it kind of gives you a way to kind of connect with somebody who's in, because a lot of times with getting a job, it's not like what you know, it's who you know or who knows what you know. And it's really a competitive market right now. Yosha, your inspiration. I've been thinking about starting a YouTube. You should definitely start your YouTube channel. Go for it. Any tips on recording travel content? Going back to Vegas next week and I want to get back in the swing of things. Absolutely. If you want to really enjoy yourself, Brandy, and you don't really want to do a lot of recording, my advice is to try to get vertical footage of everything that you do. The reason why I say that is because you can create mini vlogs and you could do overlay clips in a sit down video reflecting on your trip without it taking away from your trip, because you have to be like, hey guys, so now we're doing this. Oh, and now we're doing that. And now we're doing this. Also, if you don't have a camera, that works really well too, because you can discreetly like get video footage of your food, get video footage of your drinks, get video footage of where you're staying, and footage of where you're going and the different activities that you're doing. I also feel like when that's 9:30. That's 9:30. That's 9:30. Good night. Good night. Good night. I know you hear mommy say, good night. Good night. Oh, get out.
No.
Get out. Don't kick my milk over. Stop. He's so ticklish. Josiah, I don't want you to get in trouble. Good night. Tell YouTube good night. See, I'm bringing it in close so you can tell him good night.
I love you too.
This is his last live stream. Next week, if I go live on Thursday, he will not be joining me. It's cold under this vent. Okay. It's easy to do. I feel like my vlog in Nashville, it's a mix of vertical videos and horizontal videos because I was trying to enjoy myself more. So I didn't really do all landscape footage. And I think that made it a little bit less intrusive. Whereas when I went to Puerto Rico, I was intentional about doing horizontal videos. And I think that takes some getting used to if you haven't been vlogging like that. Like, I honestly need to get back in the swing of vlogging too. No, you're not. You ain't here playing. Good night. Go ahead and go. I'm not. You have to be downstairs first. Ain't nobody finna come lay with you. You're not even following directions. Josiah, cut that light off in that hallway and go lay down. And go pee before bed. Good night. We'll see you in the morning. Don't just sit on the stairs. I can tell that you're not downstairs. Y'all. Okay. So yes, I think that that's what my advice is. I'm sorry I kept getting interrupted. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, and we're traveling soon for my husband's family reunion. And I usually vlog, but I don't know if I'm going to this year. I don't know. It just depends on what's going on. Like, I keep going back and forth about if I want to drive this year or not. I really don't care for doing long drives anymore. And like, I'll be starting a new responsibility the day after I get back. So I'm just I'm nervous I'm gonna be really exhausted, and that's just not really a good way to start my first day. So I was thinking about flying, but the flights are really expensive, and unfortunately Delta is the only airline that flies to Mississippi, in the city where they're gonna have this reunion at. So it's just like, should I do it or not? We've never flown there before. The hotel we always stay at is an airport hotel though, so we could get transportation to and from the airport, but then we'd have to taxi or Uber or get a rental for everywhere we go. But then with Friday, it's like if we drove, I'm not really worried about being tired Friday. It's just more so driving back Sunday and being really tired when I get back and having to get up super early Monday because we got to take Saya to school and then I'll have to work. I don't work from home I don't work from home full time no more. So like last year, for example, I was tired, but I didn't have to at least drive into the office that next day. And in fact, the last couple years I haven't because I was at home and I'm not remote anymore full time. I have one remote day a week and it's typically Fridays. And I hope that doesn't change because I really do like having at least my one day a week. But I say that to say now doing stuff on the weekends. Like I flew to Nashville. I didn't really, this vlog is gonna be different. Y'all will see it, but you can tell that I was just present and enjoying myself. I was not trying to be a vlogger that day. I did get some footage because some stuff was funny, but I did not like do the typical vlogging that I did. Like it's not exactly as in depth nor as long as my Puerto Rico one. If y'all have seen that vlog, it's short. This vlog is like less than 10 minutes, but it's, you know, you get a little gist of what we did in Nashville. I would definitely go back to Nashville again with adults. It is so fun. It's such a vibe. It's a great place for a weekend trip. I just feel like weekend trips is something new I want to start doing more of, especially because I could probably do like Thursday night to Sunday or Thursday night to Saturday. I think that's something that will fit really well with where I am in life now. And then, of course, if I take vacation, then I'll travel longer than that to go to other places. But I just think that, you know, when you got to work the next day in person, it's a little different. Like when I went to that Meg Thee Stallion concert and it got rescheduled and it was a Monday, like I was tired. I got home at midnight and I had to be up early because I had to work the next day. Like I could feel that difference. And it's definitely different getting up and rolling out of bed and starting your day versus getting up, rolling out of bed, having to get dressed, having to go sit in traffic, then get to work. Like that's different. So yeah. I need to reorganize my closet. I usually do those type of videos. I had a white carpet and got rid of it in 5 months. Too hard to keep clean. Yeah, like our carpet is light beige. If I replace the flooring with another carpet, which I don't really want to, but if I did, because it is cheaper to get carpet, I would certainly pick like gray. I cannot do beige or white or no light colors. Hey, Chris. Long time no see. Can you fly into Gulfport, or was that the one that only does Delta? Yes, Lissa. You can fly into Gulfport out of Delta, but they're the only airline, and the flight is currently around $519 per person. So when you do the math, that's $1,500 for my family. I'm really kicking myself because the family reunion is typically the same weekend every year. And we've known about it for a while, but Desmond's family kept changing certain things. At one point, they were, the host was talking about doing it Labor Day weekend. So months ago, when I was looking at the flights and the flights were around $300, we weren't sure of where the status of the reunion was going to be. So I didn't want to secure dates for the wrong weekend and be stuck with them or stuck with a flight credit. And now, of course, because the trip is very soon from now, the flights have went up in price. So my husband was like, well, me and Sai can drive and then you can fly back. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I don't want to like be by myself. That kind of defeats the whole point of it being like family. So it's just a lot, you know. I get nauseous in the car too. And that's the other thing. Like, I don't want to be in the car like feeling like motion sick. And that be happening every time I have to sit in the back seat of somebody's car. Because I'm not going to do that driving the whole way myself. So, like last year, we didn't drive at all. I think Desmond might have drove a little bit, but his mom drove us. And this year, his mom and my brother-in-law and his fiance, they're actually going to New Orleans for a day together. And then they're going to drive to Gulfport the day of the actual reunion celebration. Excuse me. So we won't be with them. We're actually not staying with them this year. You know, every year we usually all stay together. We always go down together. Even if we do 2 different cars, we usually are together. This year we're not going to be together. So it's just the 3 of us. And initially my mother-in-law was saying that she was going to fly. So that was why she wasn't driving. And then they changed it and decided they're going to drive, but they're going to do a day in New Orleans and a day in Mississippi and then come back Sunday. So I say all that to say, I might just bite the bullet and end up buying these tickets for this overpriced price. And I might even buy a main cabin and vlog. Because I feel like that's probably what's best, because at least then I could probably fly in in the early afternoon or, you know, early part of the evening. When I say early part of the evening, I mean like fly out at 5 and land around 6 p.m. Central Time. And then coming home, I probably could fly back home around 2 o'clock and get home around 3 o'clock our time. Because I did that for Nashville. I flew, and the flight was like 45 minutes. The distance from Atlanta to Mississippi is going to be about 45 minutes. And although it's overpriced, and I never want to have to pay that kind of money again, because next time I'll just buy my ticket earlier, I think that's probably for the best so that I can be well rested to go to work the next day. The only other thing I'm concerned about is like I was saying when I first joined the live, COVID is going around again. So I don't want to get sick after traveling in the airport. I'm sorry, y'all. That tiredness is starting to get to me. Yeah, my carpet is like a grayish blue. See, that sounds perfect. Dark carpet doesn't get as dirty as light color carpet. You just have to, you know, vacuum it every now and then and to avoid dust. But it's not like our light color carpet. This carpet probably needed to be pulled out when we moved in here, but that's neither here nor there. Is there a train? Let me ask Des. Hey, Des.
Wow.
Do you know if there's a train that travels to where your grandma lives?
What did you say?
A train.
Not that I know of. I can ask my mom.
Okay. Well, he said he doesn't know. Probably not, but we'll ask his mom. And if you have to drive, try taking Ginger. Okay. I will look into that. I don't know. I don't know. Carpet cleaners are on Amazon and a good investment in the meantime. It's a very good suggestion. Thank you. Yep. Did I answer your question about interviewing, Rachel? Are you trying to interview for something completely different, or are you trying to interview for something inside where you currently work? Helps with motion sickness. Oh, you saying taking ginger like the plant, the herb. Okay. Okay, I will try that. I'm sorry. That went right over my head. I'm like, what's ginger? Is that an app that'll drive us down there? So there was this bus, Rachel. What you just said about the train made me think about the bus. So for Nashville, there's this like really nice bus that'll drive you down from Atlanta that some of my friends took to Nashville for our trip, and they paid like $120 or something like that round trip to drive from Atlanta to Nashville, and they really liked it. It might have been like, actually it wasn't 120, it was like 220 or 250, but their round trip on that bus was cheaper than a round trip flight to Nashville this summer. And I was wondering like if they do that in any state, because that would be something cool. Excuse me. You answered. I'm interviewed for both internal and external, but I haven't done it in a while and just wanted some pointers. Yeah, and also, okay, another pointer is to use the STAR method. Do you know what the STAR method is? Can I comment? Like, I'm gonna lose you guys if I comment. Darn it. Okay, I also recommend that you look at this YouTube channel called Work It Daily. It's spelled just like that. Work It Daily, spelled the correct way. There's this recruiter lady on there, and she has a really good series of videos. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. I'm getting sleepy. I've been up since about 6:40 this morning, so I'm sorry to keep yawning. But on YouTube, look up Work It Daily. I've used her videos to help me prepare for interviews. She gives you questions to ask the interviewer at the end of the interview that are really good questions. And she gives you tips about the like job process, how to get your... But I don't know if you're interviewing in person or virtually. I had to do let's see, my interviews, I had a few interviews that were in person, and I had a few interviews that were virtual. Most of them were virtual, but I will say, like, to me, a virtual interview is easier. I still dress up professionally for my interviews, but the STAR method is something that you need to work on. And there's videos on YouTube about the STAR method that can teach you like how to do it. And I'm probably gonna mess it up trying to explain it, but the STAR method, it stands for situation, task, action, result, I think. And so what that means is if an interviewer asks you a question and they're like, tell me about a time when you delivered great customer service, you have to tell a story about a situation, what you did in that situation, like what action you took to help resolve the problem, and then what was the result of the action that you took, or what you may have learned from that experience. And so whenever you're answering those questions from the interviewer, they're able to kind of see how you problem solve, how you think through situations, and how you have results, so if they're asking you about metrics and things like that, you can talk about a time where you led a project and the results were positive, and how if you would have not been a part of it, things would have not gone well or as well as they did. It's all about being able to make them see you as an asset that they need. And so instead of answering questions in a way that talks in a plural, when you're saying things like we did this, we did that, you want to make sure that you're saying what I did. Like when you are interviewing, you are trying to sell yourself. You're not trying to sell your current team. So you have to be able to talk to those individual wins that you did in order to make something a success. And I think also when interviewing, they're going to say like, tell me about yourself. And if you you always want to talk about the things that are about yourself that are relevant to that role. But if you think they're trying to get to know you personally, you can ask them like, do you want to know about me personally, or do you want to know about me professionally? And I say that because if you're interviewing for something internally, they might have already known you and been wanting to know more about you because they pulled your resume. Either way, you want to get to why you want the role and why why you're a good fit for the role when telling them about yourself. But if it's like a fit interview, and I say fit interviews because a lot of times if you get a fit interview internally, it's because they already know of you and they like your resume seems impressive, but they want to see if you're a good fit for the team. So it's like finding that balance. You have to be able to tell stuff about yourself, but don't tell too much that's going to make them think that you're not the right candidate. Like for me, I'm very big on helping others. So like something I'll say when I'm interviewing is that like I'm very much into helping others and solving problems. And that's a good skill that people look for. They want someone who is coming in ready to solve problems. And they want someone who's going to deliver great customer service to the client or the customer base that they're working with. At the same time, if they ask me personally what I like to do, I sometimes will share things that are also relevant to the role, but don't necessarily tell my whole life story. Of people know that I'm a mom and a wife, but I don't want to seem like I can't prioritize my work because I'm a mom and a wife. The other thing is I always ask when they ask me, do you have any questions? You never want to walk away from an interview and not ask the people questions. You need to have questions. And so one question that I like to ask is, well, I can give you two or three actually. One question I like to ask is, how would you rate the level of work-life balance on your team and for the person that would be in this role? That's a non-negotiable for me because I can't take a job that I don't have work-life balance. When it comes to getting the work done, you never have to worry about my work ethic. I'm going to go above and beyond to ensure that I'm doing everything I can in my power to get things done. But my family is a priority to me. So I never want you to choose me for a position where you think I need to consistently put my job over my family. So I don't say all that other part, but I ask the work-life balance questions so that I can interview them too. Because, like I just told y'all, I don't want a role where y'all think I'm supposed to put this job over my family 5 days a week or 7 days a week. It's not worth it to me. Another question that I like to ask when people say at the end, do you have any questions, is what are your expectations of the person who receives this role? Can you walk me through a day in like a day of responsibilities or a week of responsibilities? But sometimes, the first day in a job is not going to be the same as your 2 or 3 months down the line. So you can sometimes ask, what are your expectations of me on my first day versus 90 days into this role? That's a question I kept asking for when I was interviewing for this promotion, because I was like, okay, I want to understand, because this is somewhere that I'm going that I've never been. So what I may be used to doing is probably where y'all are expecting me to be when I start. But when we get to 90 days from now, when we get to 6 months from now, I'm sure that you're going to be expecting me to perform at a different level. So it shows them that I have an understanding that I know that I might be here on the first day in this role, but I am willing and understanding that you're going to want me to go there in the future. So you can take this investment on me. You know what I'm saying? And then another question you can ask about ending is like, if you have someone interviewing you, but they're not necessarily going to be your boss, but they're a part of your interview process, you could ask them, you could thank them, like, thank you for taking the time to interview me today. I was just wondering, if I was selected for this role, how we would work together. Because I see that you're a part of my process, and I just want to better understand like how our relationship would work, our working relationship would be if we started working together. And then they can end up telling you like, oh, okay, well, I wouldn't work directly with you, but I'd be helping you with X project. And then they give you information about, what you can expect, and you kind of get insights. That opportunity to ask questions is very important, because it makes you look like you're interested in the job that you're interviewing for. I would never walk away without asking anything. And yes, you can ask about next steps, but the thing is, if they like you, they're going to tell you that anyway. So if you do ask about next steps, I will always make that be your final question after you've asked some questions that are specific to the role itself. Like, you don't really have to ask questions about benefits and things like that, because again, if they select you, they're supposed to inform you of those things when you onboard. So you don't need to ask those. You need to really make sure that you seem like you're interested and you did your research. As far as external roles, look the company up. LinkedIn is a great resource. I mean, if you're working for a big company that has a presence on LinkedIn, you can scroll through their LinkedIn feed and see what people that work there are posting about the work experience there. Excuse me. That will help you get an idea of the culture. It'll give you an idea of what's currently going on that they're proud of, that they were able to post publicly, because that's the external branding of that particular company. And to get inside info, like I said before, you probably gonna have to try to connect with some strangers and be like, hey, my name is Rachel, and I currently interested in trying to do roles doing this. I'm currently studying this program at my university, and I've really just been trying to get out there and network so I can meet other people in my field. Would you be open to connecting? And then that's kind of how you can open yourself up to different people and get to know them. I would also say, because you're a student, see if there's any resources that your college can give you as well about the field you're going into. Is there any sort of placements you can do? I forgot what you're studying. Feel free to tell me again, but also a good internship can be a big blessing. If you can intern somewhere that can pay you and give you that experience, that can also possibly land you in a career that can help you get your career started. I think that's one of my biggest regrets in my college career, which I actually still don't regret much from my college career. You know, I have a bachelor's in communications. I was able to graduate debt free. I'm actually considering going back to school, but I want to see what my workload looks like first, stepping into this new role prior to making that decision to go back and get my master's. But if I were to go back and get my master's, I would want to get a master's in strategic leadership from the school that I got my first degree from, or I would possibly get a similar degree in like marketing from Kennesaw State University. Kennesaw State has a program that has like digital marketing. The University of West Georgia also has a social media related master's degree that really sparked my interest. And then Clayton State, which is where I got my bachelor's from, they have a strategic leadership development. So I actually have 3 programs that I'd be interested in and completing if I were to go back. But I say all that to say, when I was getting my BA, one of my regrets is not being intentional about what type of internship I did. I did an unpaid internship for a county organization, and I don't feel like that experience, I don't feel like that experience helped me get to where I am per se. It was a great experience. I was able to kind of see how public relations work. I was able to work on a newsletter for the company, internal newsletter for the company. I was able to do a few service events, and that was cool, but it really did not help me with where I wanted to be. And I was also pregnant my senior year, so that kind of threw my stuff off. Who's to say I wouldn't be pregnant the next time? Because I'm 31, and I want a baby in the future too. So I don't want to be pregnant, get my master's, but it could possibly happen, especially if I wait another 2 years to go back to school. But I say that to say that I feel like finding the right internship that's going to land you opportunities is also a good way to help you get your foot in the door with your career. Because if you don't do something that's relevant, then you end up kind of desperate to get a job, and then you take something that doesn't have anything to do with your degree. So for me, I am very grateful now because the role that I'm in right now uses my degree. The role I had before kind of used my degree. The role that I'm about to start, that I was promoted into, is something that is on track with what I went to school for. But in order to even get here, I had to start by doing something that had absolutely nothing to do with my degree. Something that several people could do without a degree, or with a degree that was less than the degree I had. I say that to say, if you're very intentional about what you study, what internships you do, what connections you make, you'll meet people that can help you get your foot in the door in the right places so that you can start where you're supposed to in an entry-level position that pays you well and that has something to do with what you studied, rather than just taking any position that's out there that says they want someone who has a degree. Because a lot of these jobs say they want you to have at least an associate's degree, or they want you to have a bachelor's degree. It's just to check a box. They don't care if that degree has anything to do with what they are going to want you to do in the role, because they're going to train you anyway. But it's just, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but what I'm trying to say is, if while you're in your school getting your master's, if you can make connections with people, find an internship or some sort of apprenticeship or project that gives you connections with people who are in the field, that will also help you get a job better than just applying, especially in this market where things are super competitive and it's hard for you to stand out. And a lot of these companies are using, what's that stuff called? Artificial intelligence to read through those resumes. So if you don't know somebody who works at that company who can pull your resume, and you're not good at resume writing and you're not getting pulled, it makes it extremely difficult to find a job. I say that to say, like, I'm grateful I've been able to move internally, because trying to move externally has proven difficult because I don't know anybody in these external companies. And I've said it before, like, I'm good with where I am. But if I wanted to leave, I would probably consider trying to work in a like school space or a government space. And being that I've never worked for a university before, and I've never worked for a government entity before, aside from that organization I worked for in college, and it wasn't the government, it was like a nonprofit. But I say that to say, like, that was a 4-month internship. All my experience has pretty much been working for corporate companies. My job before my current was at a very popular attraction in Atlanta. And even that, I was contract work. So that I don't even know if that would really count on the corporate side if I tried to go back to that company and work in their communications department. But I say that to say it is critical to try to build relationships, because that's really what helps people get jobs. People knowing you and knowing what you can do and telling people about you. Like, imagine you coming into a job recommended. That's what helps people get jobs. Like, yes, your skill set is important, but a lot of folks get jobs because somebody knows them and says, hey, you need to pull this person. They're great. You're making a lot of sense. I'm feeling like I need to go back to school and finish my degree just because I'm not getting noticed due to the AI tracker. I think you should, but honestly, it's not always needed. You know, I kept feeling like, because I wasn't where I wanted to be for a while, I kept on saying, you know what? I'm going to enroll this fall. I'm going to go back to school. Maybe I'm not meant to be a manager yet because I need my master's. And then a few people have told me, because I've said this more than once, a few people have told me, Yosha, you don't need your master's yet. You just need to work on this. You don't need your master's yet. It's just not the right time. So I say that to say, if even you might be talking about your associates or your bachelor's, sometimes it's not the fact that you need that degree. Sometimes it's the fact that you just need somebody to give you a chance. And that's where maybe that networking piece will come in to help you. Hey, Quana, because it's really about who you know. I mean, I know so many stories of people bringing somebody into a job because they knew them. What I do is rewrite my resume based on the job description. That's how I got into IT. That is so cool. Listen, I didn't know you were in IT. And I agree with that. You have to tailor your resume to match the job description for a job. That's important with external stuff too. So like if you're unemployed, of course, everything is external. But if you're at the company, you're just trying to get a different job at that same company, you kind of know the lingo of your company, the acronyms y'all use. But when you start trying to go to a different company, every company may not call their systems the same thing. So look at that job description and see what keywords they're using and try to use the same descriptors to describe the stuff you do, even if it's slightly different. Like if they're looking for someone who can analyze data and recap it for leadership, your resume needs to say something about how you analyze data for some sort of leadership. Like you have to line by line make it match up so that when they pull yours, it matches with what that person said. Because I think the AI looks for keywords too. And sometimes you may need to redo your title, right? Like my resume might say that I work in human resources and I do change management and communications. But then if looking externally, they might be looking for somebody who is a communication specialist. So if I was looking externally, maybe I need to tweak my title for external purposes only, because internal, they're going to understand what their title is. But external, I might need to update mine to say communication specialist, put a dash that says human resources. It's not necessarily lying, but it's making it to where when AI is scanning this resume, they can see the word communication specialist because they're hiring for a communication specialist. So if I put it change management analyst, but I'm trying to apply for a specialist role, it's going to be not apples to apples. It's going to think that my job history is not relevant. Like, I had a friend who was talking to me who was trying to like move. They're currently an admin assistant, and they were telling me how they had leadership roles previously where they were a supervisor. And they was basically telling me how they felt like AI kept throwing out their resume when they would try to apply for analysts or senior analyst type roles, because they were looking for somebody who already had analysts on their resume, and they were looking for leadership experience and data analyzing experience. But because their current job title was admin assistant, the AI was throwing their resume out automatically because their last job title didn't match the requirements for them to be eligible, even though their role before being an admin was like a supervisor where they did data stuff. So it's like you gotta play with your resume to make it kind of match. It's not fair and it's annoying, but it is kind of a way. And then with IT, my advice there is you need to compare different IT requisitions and see how you can merge what you're seeing out there in the descriptions to match your experience. Like, IT uses a variety of terms like cybersecurity, data governance. Like, there's different words that IT uses. It just depends on what part of IT you're trying to go into. But you want to definitely play into those skills that are relevant in that cybersecurity space if that's the lane that you're going to be going into. Good. They like people who are good at like queries and data analysis and proficiency in Excel and Tableau and things like that. I'm not that girl. But I've looked at those positions before because they're remote, and I'm just like, well, what do I have to do to get back on the remote side? And then I start seeing all them technical terms, and I'm like, oh. Lawrence, I believe there are some AI resume reviewers and they are free. You may be able to look into one of those. Yep, you can go to openai.com. I think it's a great resource. AI is a tool to help us all. It's not to replace our jobs. It is to help us work smart, not hard, or work both, because it's still a robot. You still got to humanize it. But you can put your resume in there. Take all your personal stuff out. Don't put your address or your phone number, but put what you have for your descriptions. And you can tell the AI, rewrite this for me more concisely. Or you could say, rewrite this for me for X type of job. And it will redo it for you, and then you can tweak it a little bit to make it better. Yes, Rachel, work from home life was great. I'm on hybrid life now. I don't know if it's really should be called hybrid, because my opinion is that hybrid is you get to kind of do like 50-50. And it's very much 80-20 because I have one work from home day, but I'm grateful for that one day at home. It's great. I really do appreciate it. And I'm hoping that now that I'm moving to a different space in a couple of weeks, I'll be able to, when I say moving to a different space, I mean like moving to a different assignment. I'll be able to restructure my workload in a way that allows me to be very heavy at the beginning of the week and lighter at the end of the week, so my Fridays can be chill again, because they really have not been for the most part over the last few months, just because I was getting used to it. Now I feel like I'm used to it again. It's just a matter of not having so much on my plate. And with all the changes that I've experienced, that's just was not going to be the case if I stayed where I was. IT is really a good field. So many different departments. I had absolutely no background, so I had to sell myself in those interviews and all for it. Yes, the work from home is what I was in for, but I really like, wow, I'm going to try that, love and need work from home jobs. Yeah, I think, especially if you're looking to build a career without a degree, which I'm not trying to discourage you from getting your degree, but like some people are able to get into the work from home fields without a degree. Like if you are in the insurance business, you can be trained on that kind of stuff. You can go get certifications and you can make great money working from home, working for companies like Progressive, State Farm, Geico. A lot of those insurance companies are work from home. And like I said, they'll train you on everything you need to know. There's some certifications you have to go and get to be able to practice in your state. But it's a great career for some people who don't have a degree or just have some college. And then in the work from home groups that I see outside of like insurance, there's the medical field as well. There's a lot of people who work from home doing coding and billing and appointment scheduling, and you can work from home doing that as well. The healthcare management field has all kinds of virtual opportunities where you're helping answer phones and resolve issues by way of phone. So like, I'm not saying don't go back to school, but if like it's just not in your cards right now, there's definitely some other options out there that are remote. I be seeing people who strictly post remote opportunities, and a lot of them are at home call center type jobs and or like data entry type jobs, IT related jobs. Most of that is at home. With IT, I would say it's a very lucrative field where you could be self-taught and you can train yourself, but it also can be like long hours. So it just depends on what you're interested in, and you just go from there. I know in Georgia, Kaiser Permanente, there's a Duluth call center that is remote. I actually sent the requisition over to my aunt because she lives in that area. But she told me she's going to retire soon, so I don't think she's going to go for it. But when I saw that, I said, that's cool. Like, I'm a Kaiser Permanente member right now. So it's like, wow, like, you could be working, answering the phones for a doctor's office and paid like in the 20s per hour. Which I will say this, if you have a full-time job with benefits where you work from home, even if the pay is not like more than 45 or 50,000 a year, you're gonna save so much money because you don't have to drive into office every day. So like it's a good part-time hustle. I've been seeing a lot of folks posting those type of jobs on the work from home channels that I am subscribed to. It's just a really cool way to have some extra money without having to leave your house. And that's a main problem that I hear a lot of moms saying they have is like transportation or finding childcare for their kids. So like the work from home thing allows for that, especially if your kids are old enough to kind of entertain themselves quietly throughout the day. So yeah. IT, data analysis, critical thinker, problem solver, organization. My colleagues have just certifications of that, but they teach you a lot. So don't let that degree deter you. They teach you a lot. I agree with that. And that's coming from someone who has no IT experience, but I do know that there are companies that are out here that will train you if you are willing to do the work, and you have the right, attitude and stuff like that. If you can get through the interview process and prove that you are serious, they'll train you on what they want you to do. And that's for most entry-level roles, right? Like if you have the right personality of customer service, positivity, you bring a good culture in the building, people can deal with that because that helps keep morale up. The skills is something that they can teach you in training, but they can't teach you how to have good character or be a nice person. So I say all that to say there's definitely options out there. You just have to kind of learn how to get that resume seen. And if you're doing all the resume stuff right, then you have to try those tips I told you about connecting with people who work at those companies so that they can know you and kind of you build a little connection with them. Like, oh, okay. And it might take some time. Like, it can't just be one connection and you don't talk after that. It could be you keeping in touch with them, you commenting on their stuff on LinkedIn when they post. That way, like, they can keep you in mind when something comes up. If they know that you already expressed that you were interested and you've been kind of talking to that person, and that person can kind of send you a PM when they know something is going on. Like, oh, I know you mentioned a few months ago that you were interested in a data entry job. My team is hiring right now. If you want the requisition, let me know and I'll send it to you. And then if you are interested in it, you could say, oh, yes, thank you. And then when they send it, they probably will go tell their boss, like, I know this one girl that I've met on LinkedIn. She's great. Her name is Rachel, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, that's how you make that connection. It's multiple ways to go about it, but definitely check out Work It Daily, ladies, if y'all are looking for interviewing tips, job hunting tips. That channel is really great. I've used it. It's helped me in the past. They have some great remote opportunities with no degree required. Yes, and I always plug this YouTuber. Her name is Lovely LaShawn. If y'all go look on my video that I posted this week, she commented to tell me congratulations. Her channel is nothing but work from home jobs, and a lot of them are no degree required. Some of them are no phones. A lot of them, she lists the salaries and the pay per hour. Check her out. I'm always telling folks about her. Like when people lose their job and they're looking, go check her out. She's great. She posts jobs multiple times a week. It's something for everybody out there. Yeah, I got no to the job I applied for. Then I sent an email thanking them for the time, and then did they have any feedback, etc. It turns out they had another job opening and they reached out. That is wonderful. Yes, LaShawn is great. She is my favorite currently. I used to look at Thrifting Thick Chick. I don't know if she still posts on her YouTube channel, but she has a Facebook group that's called like the Work from Home Queen Lounge or something like that. I'm in the group, but I don't necessarily go and look for the leads, but I'm constantly seeing people in that group posting their testimonies, saying how great it is, how they found jobs because of that group. So, you know, something that they're doing is working. But like I'm at a point where I'm currently content with not being remote anymore. I will say, even though I loved being remote, I feel like I lost a little bit of visibility being remote in my company. And when I came back to work, it really allowed me to network and show what I could do. And I think it really is part of the reason why I was able to get promoted. If I would have still been at home, it's not to say I couldn't have possibly gotten the promotion, but it probably would have been in a different space. And so if I decide to go virtual again in the future, I would just try to make sure to still find ways to make those lasting connections with folks so that I can continue to build my brand and stuff, because sometimes it's hard to do that remotely. You still can, but you just have to be really intentional about it, because it's people don't see you like that. Like, and when you're on a call, when you hang up, you hang up. So you have to be intentional about setting up virtual coffee chats with folks and, you know, getting out and meeting people, especially if you are in a state where your job is, you can meet with those people. Like, okay, let's go get drinks. Let's go get lunch. Let's get coffee together. Let's meet up at a park. Like, do things like that so you can continue to build connection, because it's real easy to get in your bubble and just stay to yourself because you in your comfort of your house. And I think that hybrid gives you the best of both options, because you get that networking in person, but then you get the comfort of your home every now and then. I would love to gain an extra work from home day. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I will say going back has had its benefits for me. So, yeah. But we'll see. You know, give me a year and a half, 2 years from now, and we'll see if I still feel the same way. Oh, wow. That's great, Lisa. It's hard not to get discouraged, and it worked in your favor. That's great. Thanks, Rachel. It really is. Y'all have so many great tips. Yep. My husband's here. Hi, husband.
Hey,
All right. Did you want to talk to the people? Or are you just coming to sit next to me?
I'm just coming to sit right now.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure, because I'm getting sleepy. I need to take my shower. Someone told me, I think it was Quana. I don't even know if Quana's still here. Hey, Quana, if you're still here. They're like, I want you to start going live again. And I was like, okay, well, I said I was back, so let me try to go live. I will say, if I keep going live, it will probably be on Thursdays or Fridays, just because Friday is still my work from home day, and it's just a little bit easier to go live on Thursdays than it is to go on Wednesdays. I know Wednesday used to be my day for forever. Florence says, hey, Des.
Hey.
Another Brian said, went back to school and got my master's, just started a new job. Congratulations, Brian. That's great. Rachel said, hey, too.
Hey.
And Lissa, I apologize if I didn't say congratulations if you were saying you got a new job. But I think that's great that it worked out in your favor like that. Oh, hey, Kwana. Okay, you still here. Thank you for your comment. I didn't forget about you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all. All of y'all that's on the live that watched the video and commented. And it made me know that y'all really watched the video through. I appreciate that. Because I think I've said it a few times, but I'm going to keep repeating it just in case you may have not been on when I said it. I was worried about people not being able to see the video because I took a break. And sometimes the algorithm doesn't push content out when you've been off your channel. Like, also, I wanted to title it in a way that was kind of authentic, but makes you watch the video, because I feel like it's not like me to just not post videos. So I wanted y'all to kind of know, like, I've been navigating a lot and I haven't been in the mood to vlog or just try to pretend like things are great when they're not. And I needed some time to figure out how to navigate all of that instead of just trying to video it all. And it was very stressful for me. So I'm not saying that everything is better completely, but things are definitely better than they were. So it just felt good to feel heard and to see all the positive you know, feedback and, oh, I understand. I had some other people reach out to me privately as well to share their life situations and stuff. So it just made me feel good to know that y'all understand, or y'all at least care enough to know what's going on with me, because sometimes people don't watch those kind of videos and listen. You know, they're like, okay, this is a little heavy. I'm clicking off. So I appreciate that. And I thank y'all for y'all's well wishes and support, because it's definitely a sticky situation to navigate. I was going to ask you about your situation, but I didn't think it's the right time to ask. I should have just DM'd you on Instagram the other day, but I couldn't find them. Oh, Quana, it's okay. You don't have to apologize. It's an awkward thing to talk about. So, I mean, whenever you're ready, there's no rush. I had someone who I went to school with, they messaged me and they shared their personal story. And I didn't really, it really blew me because they didn't comment on the video. But again, this is like something that's taboo. It's something that's kind of, I don't want to say embarrassing, but it is a little embarrassing, right? Like, I don't necessarily want to comment and tell everybody, but I felt like I needed to say something. And I didn't technically say it while I was going through it. Like, it's been several weeks, so I've had time to kind of process it for me, because it's a lot. Like, it was a lot for me. It was a lot for Des. Like, y'all have to think about it from Dez's point of view too. Like, I told Josiah's dad, I said, this is the ghettoest thing ever. I never thought I would be sitting here in this situation with you. This is ghetto. Like, and we just laugh, but I'm like, this is very ghetto. Like, very ghetto. Not something I thought I'd be experiencing as a married woman. So, you know, I say that to say, like, you just have to do what's best for your family. And with children, you have to really think about their needs. And it's a very selfless job being a step parent too, because people kind of be like, well, that's what you're supposed to do. But it's like, this can be a lot more than what we signed up for and what he signed up for. So I'm just really grateful to have a supportive partner. And I'm just hopeful that, you know, Josiah feels the love. I try not to be too easy on him, because I know sometimes he do stuff and he knows better, but I also try to understand that he is trying to navigate a very different situation. And, you know, he's getting older. He's playing sports. He's seeing other kids with their parents. Their dynamics are different than ours. And so it's just a lot, you know? No, it's not new. It's been past a year now, but I just want to get some encouragement. Oh, you did great. The encouraging words are great because I feel like some stuff I'm out of tell her that you're in IT and she's interested in IT. Like, that's perfect. I'm so glad you shared. I've been through this since my son was a baby, so I understand. Got it. Yeah. Me too, a little bit. Like a lot of that's on my channel, but my channel doesn't really talk about that anymore. But like I went through it a lot when I was with that person, because they kept getting in that situation. And then I also just went through like other stuff too. Relationship drama. So back then I used to share it on my channel, and now it's just different because like I mentioned in the video, like I'm completely in a different chapter with a different person. We've evolved, we've flourished, we've moved forward, but it's like with co-parenting with somebody who's there, you still have to deal with that stuff. And it's just like, as I mentioned, it's ghetto, and it's also just like necessary if your child desires to have that relationship with that person and that person's family members. And so I guess the hard part is like we're not all on the same page about how we should be there to support Josiah. It would be different if like his relatives were kind of more engaged like my relatives are, or how my husband's relatives are, but they're not. So it would be a little bit easier, I think, if we had that as an extension of his other parent. But because we don't, it's kind of like we have the option to go visit in that place, or I can keep leaving voicemails for relatives that are not going to follow up. So it's a lot. Thank you, Lissa. And yes, I agree. Okay, go ahead. You can. But y'all, it's almost 10:30. One of your old videos, I was literally crying in story time. Girl, I didn't mean to make nobody cry, but that one, that story was very real. That's what I'm saying. That story was where I kind of ended things for good, for sure. And I began to move forward with my life because I just couldn't. That's what I say. I used to share everything like on this channel. Like this channel has really helped me get through some very dark times in my life. And so just thinking about where I was a decade ago and where I am today, I'm very proud. I think my mom would be very proud. I know my sister would be very proud. My dad is currently proud. And I'm just really happy that I was able to use discernment and move forward, because, you know, there was a point in time where I was kind of stuck on the deep end, and I'm just, you know, life has a way of showing you why things didn't work out. And I've been experiencing that a lot lately. Like, it was a reason why I needed to let that relationship go. It was a reason why certain jobs I didn't get. And every time certain things don't work out, you end up finding out why they didn't work out later. At least I do. You know, I interviewing and I went through a lot of interviews and didn't get positions, and it hurt my feelings real bad because it was just like, but I wanted it. And then I end up hearing how that person doesn't like the job. And I was mad I didn't get it until I found out later that job wasn't good, or, you know, it just wasn't what it seemed like on paper. So I say that to say, like, sometimes when things end and when chapters close, it's to protect us from something that doesn't serve us. And so that goes for relationships. It goes for jobs. It goes for cars that break down. Like, better is coming our way. Juana, I wish you the best. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. I think it's going to be all right. I do. I just think, like I said, I'm in therapy. I'm going to keep therapy going for me. I want to find a good therapist for Josiah. We were trying to do one, and it just didn't work out. So I feel like I'm at the drawing board again. We're trying to find a new therapist for him. And also tutoring for school, because that's my goal, is getting him where he needs to be with reading. But yeah. Good night, Florence. It's almost 10:30. I'm getting sleepy. I haven't showered yet, and I have to shower in order to sleep well. I still got on my gym clothes, but as always, I so enjoyed talking with y'all. I will be back on live. Like I said, I'm going to try to go a couple times a month. I'm going to have lots of videos for y'all dropping this month, so make sure to watch all of them. Thank y'all for talking to me tonight, and I'll see y'all later. Bye. Good night, everybody.